You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. And as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hello, everyone. I am Marlene. I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates, and I am your mindset shifter. I am your mindset person to help you to get through anything that you're struggling with in your life for self-improvement, positivity, life lessons, and much more. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as I always do every single time, I have to do a shout out to all my members and anyone who is interested. Membership is available. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and today we're going to be talking about something very important, and that is a determination to thrive. Now, what does it mean to be determined to thrive? This is what we're going to talk about today. So everybody who is here today, welcome to the stream. Of course, and if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button and also join the membership for member only perks. Definitely you will get your money's worth out of the membership. So today we're going to be talking about determined to thrive. When we talk about determination to thrive, we always have to start out by defining terms so that we can carefully understand everything that is talked about. So first, let's start about with determined. When you're determined, you are making a firm decision, being resolved, and being resolved not to change it. So let's say it again. Determination means having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it. So why is this important? Oh, we have someone in the chat. Hey, Lynn's Life Lessons, welcome. How are you? Happy New Week. I wish you prosperity. So what does it mean to be determined? It means having a firm decision. So what does that actually mean, a firm decision? That means that you have come to a conclusion and you're resolved not to change it. When you make a resolve within yourself, we also have to talk about what resolve means. So resolve means firmly fixed. We have made a determination. It's something that we have made a decision for ourselves what we're going to do. And that means not involving anybody else in that decision, thinking about yourself first. First, we always have to find out, is this really something that is meant to be for me? Is this something that's going to help my life? Is it going to change it? Is it going to bless my life? How is it going to do that? We have to go through all of those steps before we go any further into getting into what we want to do. And then when we make that decision that this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to follow through with it, now we have to make a resolve. And I will tell you why making a resolve is so important. We defined resolve as something being firmly fixed. When something is fixed firmly in our mind and our heart, there's nothing that can stop that. We have already found out the reason why. You've been through your what, when, and your why, the three important solid questions that you should be asking yourself every single time before you make a decision: what, when, and why, so that you don't start something and then bail out. You have to have a plan, an agenda. And the more that you are crystal clear about your plans, is the more that you can follow through and actually keep your word, what you want to do. So that resolve is so important. Hey, Juba, how are you doing? Welcome. It's so important to keep that resolve, firmly fix it. So let's go backtrack a little bit and talk about that resolve, okay? Something being firmly fixed. So, how do we check our resolve? Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you have to find out, is this something that is even meant to be for me? That is so important to do. We will have the best of intentions, but a lot of times we start doing something and we say we have a resolve to do something and we give up because, number one, we didn't ask ourselves why, when, and how that it will meet with success, because that's what a successful person does. They find out, what is this going to be about? What is going to be involved? All of that is so important because we don't want to start something and then when we start to do it, we find out that this is not something that is we can easily grasp. It's not something that we can attain at the moment. So we want to make sure that when we make a resolve and we say that we're going to do something, we keep our word to ourselves and we also keep our word to others. So let's get into the next thing. We were talking about a determination to thrive. That already says that we already have said in our mind that we want to be successful. That is so important to determine within our mind to be successful. There's a lot of people who don't believe that about themselves. They don't believe that they can be successful. They don't want success because for some reason or another, their life, traumas, self-esteem, many other things, maybe because of finances, maybe a health problem, maybe you're just beat down at the moment and you feel that there is no way that I can meet whatever I want with success. But first, you have to have that strong determination within yourself. You have to make a determination. I have determined, I have decided, I have believed, I know it, I know my worth. And when you have that determination, I'm determined to be exactly what I'm meant to be. See, and nothing and no one can stop that or come against something that is meant to be for you. See, nobody can come and slow down and stop the plans of someone who has already made that resolve within themselves. I have already resolved. I have already firmly fixed it in my mind that this is going to be for me. This is how I'm going to do it. This is why I'm going to do it. And then start planning for that success to make it happen. Hey, East, welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. And thank you, everybody, for the likes. So, we're talking about that determination to thrive. So, it all starts with you making a decision to win. And that's an important thing to do because of life, circumstances, finances, uh, mindsets. A lot of things can cause us to get off of the track from wanting to achieve the success that you deserve. And if it's your first time hearing this, I want you to really listen to what I'm about to say to you. You deserve to have everything you want. You deserve it. But until you believe that, somebody can tell you this over and over again. You deserve to have certain things, that you're worthy, that you can be successful, that you're an intelligent being. Until you believe that on your own, you could hear all of the great information, all the great knowledge, and people could be feeding it into you, pouring it into you, and telling you that you can be successful at something. But until you make that decision within yourself, that I determine within myself that I deserve, number one, to be happy. I deserve to do and be everything that is meant to be for me. And number three, I am making a resolve to succeed. See, it all starts with that, in that order, determining that you can do something. I determine that I'm going to win. Then you believe in that dream and then you go and act on it. By your actions, by the resolves that you're making, by the people that you have on your team. All of that is, you are setting up yourself to succeed. See, a lot of times we may start things and be very excited about a plan, and you're trying to go after something and you want it, but you didn't lay the foundation properly. You didn't find out your what, when, and your why, how much it's going to cost, who's going to be there, who's going to support you. All of those things, it's important to do things by arrangement. Know specific plans. How long is this going to take me? Why is it going to take me this long? Who's going to be on my team? How can I be successful? And also, I would always encourage you all that when you meet an obstacle in trying to get to your success plan, whatever it is, you have to have some sort of backup. I like to call it my thing that I put in my closet, like waiting in the wings, that anytime I feel discouraged, anytime maybe it's not coming as fast as you want it to be, what is something that you're going to say to yourself to encourage yourself to get up and to keep trying over and over again? I just saw someone come in the door. Hey, Miss V, how are you? Welcome. Happy new week to everybody. And I hope everybody is having a great day. Thank you so much, Juba. Much appreciated. Yes, we have to make a determination for ourselves to thrive. And that may be a new concept for many, because most people, they just get up every day, almost robotically, do the same thing, get up, they go through their day to day routine and over again and repeat. But if you don't make plans to make changes, to have better resolve, and to be firmly fixed in it, nothing in your life will shift and change. See, I want you all to have the kind of life that you dream about, the kind of life that you may look on TV and say, I wish I could have that. See, it all starts with a determination within yourself. Not only can you have it, but what are you allowing your mind to believe? See, you have to allow your mind to believe that you can have and do anything that you want. You have to make that determination for yourself. And then everything in the universe is going to align with that. It is how you talk to yourself. Do you speak to yourself as if it is happening? So say you want to have a certain position. Are you setting up yourself? Are you wearing the clothes that looks like that? You should be having everything align Start letting people tell you. So say you wanted to be an accountant. Do you buy all the things that an accountant has? Do you even have a little, what is it called? Um, a little title, a little sticker thing that says your name with accountant. See, it's not only saying it and doing it, but you have to visualize yourself in being that. And we have to already see ourselves there. That's how we strengthen our resolve. That is how we win. If you can't see yourself doing it, then maybe that is not the right thing for you. You have to believe it. You have to see yourself. What do you look like? How does your typical day look? Who are the people that are around you? How much money are you going to make? See, this is a person who has already determined to win. See, when we determine that we're going to win, it doesn't matter the obstacle because you can already see yourself doing and being it. You have everything set in place, the right mentors, a positive support system, and the right mindset affirmation that when I meet an obstacle, this is what I'm going to determine and tell myself. Keep going. This is only a time to pause, but this is not the end. I'm going to get up again. But you have to have something that you tell yourself anytime things slow down or an obstacle or something that may hurt you or hinder you or get you sidetracked. It's nothing wrong with a sidetrack. Everybody gets off course, may slow down. You don't have the same energy. An obstacle happens to you, but it's about your determination. See, determination begets longevity. And the more that you see that this is a life, this is going to be a lifestyle for me. This is my life. This is my journey, not just something that you're just saying you're just going to have. It has to be that real. Can you visualize yourself doing and being exactly what you're thinking of, exactly what you're dreaming of? And then after you can see yourself and visualize yourself in that role, now what are the decisions that you're making to follow through to have it? See, that's the determination. See, you can say all day long that I'm going to do this, that, and that. But if you don't follow through, your actions have to follow what you say. A lot of people say a lot of talking. They do a lot of talking, but not a lot of doing. See, I want us to be doers, motivators. I want you to be motivated, encouraged, and excited about what you want. See, that's how you meet with success. You have to have fire. You have to have fire behind what you want. Are you fired up about it? Are you excited about it? Do you talk about it? Not with everybody, but within the right circle of people, your mentors. You bounce off ideas. Okay, I'm doing this. And then you say, and then this is next. And then this is next. That's how you keep going with your determination and your resolve to win and to get success. Now we've talked about the determination. Now we've also talked about the resolve, right? No, we talked about the determination. We've talked about the decision. And now we're going to go into the third point, consideration. See, when we talked about determination, we talked about having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it. So, in that, when we defined resolve, it means firmly fix. So, when you firmly fix something, that means that you have to consider things like, okay, what would be some of the things that would slow me down from my success? What would be some of the blockages? And once you eliminate that, that's how you can get on fire going towards your goal. If you just think everything is going to be roses and sunshine, no. You have to already understand that there's going to be things that are going to be thrown at you. monkey wrench thrown in this plan? This person's going to backstab you. What if the money payment doesn't work through? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have a sponsor? You have to have things set in place so that you can get through to your success. Yes, Miss V, it is facts. Put it on paper and hold yourself accountable. Yes, that's right. We have to be accountable to ourselves. We have to be accountable for what we want. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Yes, we have to make a determination within ourselves and we have to be accountable. Hold yourself accountable and to look at yourself in the mirror and to say, you're not doing what you need to do. It's called tough love. It's called tough love. We have to be tough with ourselves. If you're not tough with yourself, that's part of that determination. Nobody is going to be. Fine if you don't want to do anything. It's fine if you want to be lazy. It's fine if you want to give up. It's fine if you want to be discouraged. But I'm speaking to the ones that want changes. They want success. They want more enlightenment. They want to thrive. See, I'm speaking to you all. I want you to win. And you have to tell yourself that. I want to win. I want to be successful. I want to have my determination for the things that I want. But it has to start with you. It starts in your thinking. What is your mindset towards what you want? Are you just saying, I wish, or maybe, or could? Or are you inserting your name with whatever you want? Just like I used to say that, I try to do motivation. No, I said I'm a motivational speaker. You have to speak it in the present. Speak it as it is existing. And when you speak to yourself like that, you're going to start drawing, the energy is going to be drawn to you towards what you want. The more that you are aligned and focused to your dream, that's what you're going to draw into yourself. And you're going to draw the like-minded people and the right things and the right sponsor. See, you have to go out there and do it and be it. And then when people see you doing it, they're going to say, hey, you need some help? I can help you. It's about doing, resolving your mind to do and be, and everything else will follow through. So let's talk about that consideration. Consideration means careful thought, typically after a period of time. So when we consider the things that we want to do, you thinking about it. You're making plans. Is this good and right for me? And how am I going to do it? Is this what I want, or is this what a family member wants? And what is the reason why are you doing it? What is your why? See, when you define your why, that's what keeps you going no matter what happens, no matter what other people are doing and saying, and those who stab you in the back, and those who tell you you can't win, and the times when you're tired. That's when your fire gets ignited. See, if something is meant to be for you, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter who is supporting you. It's about you. At the end of the day, it's about you and what you want. See, nobody can't light a fire under you but you. You have to be passionate about your dream. You have to be determined to be successful. You have to want your life and you have to love the life that you have. And if you don't like the life that you have and you want to make changes, you have to grow up and be an adult and get up and do that. Get up and do it. It's nobody else's fault but yours if you don't meet with success. What are you doing in order to gain that success? Hey, the word, welcome. How are you? So good to see you. A member in the house. Remember, members always drop exclamation point member and have your link dropped. Remember, you have to consider yourself. Consideration for oneself, it means that you have self awareness. You're aware of who you are, you're aware of your talents, you're aware of what you can do. See, and that's where most people stop. They stop right there. They know that they can be successful. They know that things are within themselves, right? They know that they have a talent, but then it stops right there. See, that's where your determination to thrive starts. That's where your fire should be ignited. See, ignite your fire, light your fire. You have to be passionate about what you want. That's why your determination and defining your why is so valid. And it's what you allow your mind to think and believe. Where are you radiating your energy? Are you just saying it? Oh, I guess I'm going to do it. That's not showing you believe it or saying, yeah, I would like that or I want it. See, that's not a firm, it's not a firm resolve that you've made. Remember, a resolve is when you firmly fix something in your mind. It's locked in. This is meant to be for me. Locked in. Locked and loaded. Have you locked and loaded in what you are determined to do? You have to lock that in. You have to believe it. And that's why this time of consideration is a wonderful time for you to sit and to meditate on what you want. What am I determined to do? How am I going to do it? Do I believe I can do it? See, it's all of this time when you sit in your quiet time and you think and you encourage yourself. I love to have the times of meditation where I sit in quiet and just celebrate myself. And that's when you boost yourself up and you say, this is what I'm determined to do because I believe in myself and I know I can do it because this is why I'm going to do it. See, when you know your why, that's where that's when your fire rises. All of that, it comes from the pits of inside of you. That's that inner work. See, a lot of people don't know about working on your soul. It's inside of you. It doesn't matter. Even sometimes, maybe our spirit may be broken and crushed because of life in general, just adulting, problems, stresses. It may slow down what we're able to do at certain times. But when something is meant to be for you, it's an inner work thing. That's your soul. And we have to put our soul on fire. And remember that people may try to break your spirit, but nobody can take away what's inside of your soul, who you are as an individual, what you are determined and resolved to do. See, all that is inner work. That's that self-love stuff, that self-awareness that we have to get into doing more. What am I doing to feed my soul? What are you doing to feed your soul? How are you eating? And that's the times where you sit in your quiet space and I say, how are you, soul? It's a connection that you have to have with yourself and be honest with yourself. I need to be doing this, and I speak to myself and I say, and why aren't you doing it? Because you're tired? You're discouraged? You don't believe it, that you can do it? You need to talk to yourself and encourage yourself to win. Hey, Nev, happy new week. So good to see you. Hey, JW, thank y'all so much for stopping by and being here and supporting your girl. And I want you all to win. This is what it's all about. It's not me just saying the words. Anybody can take up a book and read these things, but I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to get you excited. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you like? What makes you happy? What brings you peace? Now make that determination to not only think about it, but in real time, get busy in doing it. See, that's knowing your why. That's getting excited about it. And then finding what are some of the things that I'm going to be challenged when I'm sitting here considering, meditating. And when you're considering things, it's after you've thought about things for a period of time. It's not something like just instantaneous that you say, I think I'm going to do this, and then you just do it. No, it's something you have to sit and think, is this meant to be for me? Or am I trying to mimic somebody else? And am I doing this for why? For who? You got to consider yourself. How is this going to fulfill me? How am I going to be helped? How am I going to be happy? And what am I going to learn through this? See, that's what stops most people is you don't understand that when you get busy in doing your dream, whatever it is that you want, there's so many things that you're going to learn in this process. And all of those learning things, it's going to charge you. It's like taking a needle in the arm. It's like that bee pollen shot. Get excited about your dream. Get excited. Reignite that fire. And anything that has been stagnant within you, anything that you have slowed down from doing, question it. Why have I slowed down? What is stopping me? What is blocking me? And it may be sometimes the people that you're around. We have to constantly check who is around me. Are they feeding me or are they poisoning me? See, so many times we don't even understand that people are dropping some seeds of poison around us, toxic words, doing something, backbiting, backstabbing, discouraging words, telling you can't do, and that's stupid. All of that's poisonous. That's for your detriment. They don't want you to win. And you got to get yourself away though from those type of people, or you're going to start believing that you really can't. You're going to be listening to it. That's why it's so important about what you're eating on, what you're feeding your mind every day. Are you allowing your mind to be fed and encouraged and nourished? Or are you going to let other people on the outside determine who you are? That's why this is such an important topic about determining yourself to thrive. A determination is something that you must do for yourself, not asking. You're not asking permission to thrive. You're stating that I am determined. I am making a decision right here and now, in today, in real time. I am choosing to win because the potential is within me. See, that determination, that strong mindset, that focus, that self talk and self awareness, you should be strong in your foundation within yourself. And that's why I always say you have to work on your soul, on your inner work. What are you believing and determining about yourself? See, everything on the outside of you, you can't change that. There's things that are always coming at us: negativity, drama, stress, life, and even our own thoughts that we have. Our own thoughts can slow us down, hurt us, hinder us from doing what we want to do. But don't let anybody come in with their drama, their foolishness, and stop you from your determination that you have made for yourself. You have to make a determination for yourself to win. And you have to give yourself that permission, sometimes every day, sometimes several times in a day. You have to make a determination. I don't feel good. But then it's what you do, even when maybe you don't feel like it. See, and I'm telling you, every time when you feel like I don't want to do this, and then you follow through and do it, I'm telling you, you get an extra. It's like the universe shows up. Okay, you trusted the process, you're trusting in doing it. And because of that, this is what I'm going to give you. When you shift from not just walking in your spirit, but you're doing things to work on your soul. See, that's the true fulfillment. Sometimes our spirit can deceive us because the spirit gets tired, it gets weak, it slows down. But your soul is everlasting. Your soul is everlasting. So I want to encourage you all to make a determination to look at yourself from the inside. Who am I on the inside? Not what somebody says or do or is thinking or what somebody else has, but with what do I say about me? What do I like about me? What am I good at? And make that determination for yourself. Hey, Tamika, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're well. And now I'm going to put the link in the chat for anybody who would like to come in and add their thoughts on this topic. You're welcome to come up, turn your camera off or on. It doesn't matter. But I like to get everyone's perspective on this. Your determination to thrive. How are you working on your determination to thrive? So let me go to the next, after we go through the consideration part where we thought about working on that, the careful thought, the meditation. Now we have to move to the next point, and that is making a resolve and firmly fixing it. After you go through that, then you go through the fifth point about thriving. Now, to thrive, it means to grow vigorously. Vigorously means it's a lot of work. It's not something that it just happens just like that. You don't gain success just like that. It just doesn't happen for you. No, it doesn't work that way. It's an extreme effort to flourish, prosper, to gain wealth. But it's a personal thing. One person's thriving is not another person because everybody's life is different. Everybody has different goals. Everyone has different personalities. But how do we become more determined? See, when you define ambitious and realistic goals, that's how you thrive. You have to determine what is your ambition? What am I seeking to get from this? And then we have to find out how we can allow ourselves to reset and to recharge. See, when you're determined and you're going after something, it's like you're on fire. You're going, going, going. But part of a determination to thrive is knowing when to rest, when to recharge. And also, it's so important in this process that I learned through therapy. It's important to delegate. You have to have certain people that you can trust to delegate things to. You can't do everything on your own. You have to have some people in your support team that when you get weak, tired, or need a break, they're going to pick up the torch and keep going. So allow yourself to reset and recharge. And when you reset and recharge, guess what? You can go harder, stronger, more vigorously than before because you feel good and you can get excited. See, that's what where the burnout happens when you're going after something and you're just going, going, going day and night. but you can't burn the candle at both ends. When you want to win, yes, you do have to go after it. Yes, you have to be consistent. Yes, you have to be firm. Yes, you have to be resolved and have to get up over and over and over again. But also, you have to know it's time for me to take a break, relax, and not think about things on in real time. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is to do nothing and to not even think about anything so that you can refuel. It's important as humans, we understand that we're human beings. We're not robots. You can't go constantly. You also have to take a break. Take a break for a little bit. Not stop, reset, and recharge. And also, in that making a determination for yourself, you also have to develop a positive mindset. What does it mean to have that positive mindset? It means that regardless of whatever comes in your mind, you have already made a determination for yourself. No matter what is said and done to me, I'm going to be positive in real time. No matter what is said and done to me, I'm going to be positive in real time. And that's not an easy thing to do. When someone hurts you, do you wrong, there's nasty to you, backbiting, lazy, everything. But when something is a resolve that you have already made, I have developed within my own mind, regardless of everything. Everything outside of me is not in my control, but everything inside of me is. Hmm. That was a bomb. Was a nugget, a gem, some fire. Everything outside of me, I cannot control that, but everything inside of me, I can. That is so important to do that, to make that determination and encourage that, foster it within yourself, no matter what is happening. I can't change what other people are doing and saying, but what I can do is know who I am, know what I'm going to do, and know what I believe. And it takes courage. It takes a lot of courage to walk in your faith, walk in believing in yourself, even when you may not know the next few steps. You don't know how it's going to pan out and work, but you're consistent. You make your plans and you keep going. Don't let other people, just because you slow down or you may stop for a moment, it does not mean that you're not going to get it, but you have to keep going. You must keep going. Hey, official 1SP, welcome. How are you? Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, Sugar Love is here. Hi, Sugar Love. Hey, sis, how are you? Welcome. Happy New Week to you. I dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. I put it in the chat. And you have to make a resolve for yourself. And that's something that we have to do for ourselves. You know, it's wonderful to have relationships with other people that encourage us and love us. But like I say all the time, you must be your own friend. You must. It's not optional. Must, you must. There's no other choices. You have to tell yourself every day, I must win. I'm determined to win. I'm determined to succeed. I'm determined to love myself. No matter what is happening to me, I'm going to win. I'm going to succeed. And I'm going to do everything that I need to in order to win. See, it's not enough just to say, I want to win. It's not enough. It's a wonderful thing to say, I want to win. All of that is wonderful to speak positively about ourselves, but it's what we're doing, what we're showing up as. What actions are we putting out there? You can say you want to do something all day long, but if your actions, if you're not being accountable, if you keep telling yourself that you can't do it, you're going to give up before it even happens. Let's welcome Sugar Love to the stream.
Hey sis. Hi every
Hey.
girl, what you said is so powerful. What you said is so powerful, especially the point with the keep going. Oh my God. And from beginning to end, it's been very powerful. But I also want to say to people, don't be afraid to network. Network,
Mhm.
and try to find like-minded people. Or if it's something that you can't do, then network with somebody who can do that. Don't let nothing stop you from, as my sister said, from keep going. So don't think that you could do everything. It's okay. That's why you network. And like, if you don't know accounting, find somebody who know accounting. You don't know how to write this. So when all of y'all come together, things will start moving. But don't, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Don't let that stop you from moving forward. It's okay to network. It's okay, and be a little friendly to people. Make sure you have your manners. Make sure you put your best foot forward. So then people will probably be interested in you, or you'll be interested in them. You know, don't walk around like the world owes you something. Try to be, do as much as you. But enough. One of the main thing is don't be afraid to network. Try to, talk to many people, especially that's doing whatever you think of doing, and it's okay. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. Hey, how you do this? I that sister, I had never heard of that. And one time, my sister here, listen, you do this, do. Oh, okay, now I got it. After the day, she showed me how to. Now I know how to do it. But I would never known it if I didn't ask.
Yes, you're so right, Sugar Love. That if you we have to understand that it's okay to not know everything. And I know that it's something easy to say that, but we can be stubborn individuals sometimes. And it causes us that we need to evaluate ourselves and ask, am I humble? That may be the reason why I'm not getting what I want, because we think we can do it all on our own. And nobody can do everything on their own. You have to ask somebody who is already successful in doing that. Hey, how did you do it? And also, don't be afraid to ask, what am I doing wrong that I can't have it? That
Mm-hmm.
was the hardest thing for me to do when I wanted to achieve something. And they were like, but you don't believe it. And it was like, when sometimes we don't see certain things. You may say something, but other people will say, you say that, but you don't believe that yet because of the way you're talking about it. And that's why I always say it's important how you speak about something. You
Yeah,
can say it in a low tone, like, oh, I wish I could do that. And then say, I'm going to do that. Like, how are you showing up in this world? Like, what is your energy and your vibration towards it?
yeah, that's a biggie. That's a biggie. You got to see how you're showing up. And then like I said, you want to, get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to go to the places, like, if let's throw it out there. Say you want to be a writer. Now you got to go where writers go. Sometimes you got to get out your comfort zone and go to the places where the majority do that at. So you could talk to people who probably been doing it for years or whatever. So get out your comfort zone, go to the place where they do it at. If you want to do Broadway, then be around Broadway or be around theater actors. Find out all the different things that you need to do, even if it is a regular job, because a regular job, is always chances to move up. And always know that people are looking at you. Whenever you think that they're not, people are always looking at you. They're always looking at your work. They're looking at how you conduct yourself. So a lot of times you don't realize you're always selling yourself without knowing that you're selling yourself.
Yeah, and we don't want to accept that a lot of times that, you're sabotaging yourself by the way that you're showing up. You could say all day long that I believe in myself, I believe in this dream, but the way you're showing up, it's not showing that. So that's why it's important to ask other people, people that you can trust, people who, that have a good track record with you, with being honest with you, like, am I doing what I need to? Like, what do you think I need to work on? And then be ready to take that in and then say, okay, now what am I going to do with this information? Am I going to work on it? And I found for myself, that's when I know I really wanted to do something after I got, I wouldn't say criticism, I would say support to teach me what I wasn't doing and then fix it. And then it was like I started it started coming to me like a magnet. You are drawn to certain things once you start aligning and fixing things within yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And people gotta remember too, when you first starting out, don't never see it as it's not, oh, I didn't do it right, or don't never see anything that you do as a failure. Because you're just starting. It's okay. You're gonna get better if you keep working at it. You're gonna get better. But don't get discouraged and say, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I don't know how to do it right. You can. It's a start. Sometimes everybody starts off small. Everybody did not start off with big unless you was like you was born in it. But if you wasn't born in it, everybody starts off small. Companies start off small. So, don't never think that you're the lower person. Think that you're just as high as them. So if you keep that type of attitude, you're gonna always do that type of work. Once you think that you're a lower person and what you have or what you're doing don't, it does. It does. Everything you do means something. Just keep on growing and keep on growing and learn your field or learn whatever you want to do, because you have a lot of people too that they don't realize experience is the great teacher. Because sometimes you see people in school and you see people making straight A's and you may make a C, and depending on the type of job you have, when you get out there on that field, you're gonna realize experience means a lot. A and B's is not helping you on the street. Like I remember when I first started like EMS, and a lot of people was getting high grades, but when it got down to when they actually had a patient, oh my goodness, they were scared of blood or they were scared of this. So experience means a lot, and a lot of people got discouraged because they worried about what everybody else was doing, what they was making, and not concentrating on them and their craft. So don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what they appear to be smarter than you or that's not the truth. That's not everybody gonna get to the place where they need to be when they get there. When you get there, you get there. But don't get discouraged by, oh my God, I can't be like her. And she does this or he does this so perfectly or whatever. Because they have a lot of things too that they don't you could do that they may not could do. And
Hmm.
come to you too. But don't toss yourself out the game because this person, like even in school, they got the valedictorian and all this, oh, they the smartest person. And then sometimes people start feeling bad and they start looking down on themselves. You can get there too. Just take your time. Do not worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't pocket watch nobody and worry about how much money they're making and what they're doing, and then have like a hatred or something for them and make yourself seem low. Never do that.
Right. And that's why I say all the time, expectation versus reality. So you can expect to have certain things in your life, and I know for myself, I become very impatient in waiting for something to come to fruition. I want it right now. And we have to understand that things don't just happen just like that. We have to slow down and enjoy the process, enjoy it, what you're going through. So when you finally do get it and say, I remember when I it was like this and was like that, and I didn't have much. So when you finally do get the success, you can keep it because a lot of people will say that they want success, but they're not prepared when they get
Hello.
one hit wonders and all kinds of things like that, but they don't keep their
Yeah, and
success.
then that prepares you too. So when you do get good at what you do, it prepares you for the haters too. So once you already got set in your mind, I'm not worrying about them. You will always be like that. So when you do get good, and now you're gonna get this thing called haters, then you ain't gonna worry about them
Yeah, yeah,
either.
and that's oh, go ahead.
Because the higher you go, and the more people started you from watch you start from the bottom, and they see you growing, and baby, you gonna get a lot of haters too. So you gotta once you got in your mind, I'm not worrying about nobody. I'm just worrying about what I do and how I'm getting to where I have to get there. You won't be worrying about the haters neither. But be prepared.
Yeah, and that's a lot of times that people only focus on getting to the where they want to get, but they haven't done anything to prepare themselves mentally and physically. Okay, I want that, but how am I going to mentally prepare for maybe having money, maybe having a very busy schedule, being away from people that you love? You may be, traveling all over the place. Are you ready for that? You have to think about, okay, when I have that, already think, okay, I'm going to have this. So my schedule will be like this, and I have that. So if you don't mentally prepare yourself for things, when you finally do get to it, you're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of things people like, and really nobody could truly prepare you, but you have to start starting in your mind. And I tell people, when you really get confused when you get there or wherever you want to get to in life, if things you really get confused, because people gonna you're gonna get like imaginary friends out of nowhere. You're gonna get imaginary cousins out of nowhere. You're gonna have a lot of people now. Once you get there, you have a lot of people around you now, and thinking you're gonna be thinking that they're your friend, and then sometimes they're gonna might blow your head up or whatever. So I tell people, when things start getting really confused, always remember why you started. Sometimes in your mind, you gotta go back to day one, and that will ground you. So when you find yourself getting ungrounded and you're doing really good, or all these haters and it's too much confusion, take your mind back to day one, to why you started. Because then it will ground you. Then you will remember this is why I started. So then that will start letting go some of that chaos. That's because there's going to be a lot of chaos around you. So why did I start this? I started this for. Why do this job? Because I started it for. So that will ground you, and you go have your mind and go back to day one before you knew anybody, and before you moved up, or before your dreams came true. Because it's going to get like really crazy. Go back to what? Go back to day one when you didn't have nothing, and then you'll start eliminating a lot of people around you. I don't need to. I remember day one. I didn't have all these people when I started anyway. They didn't even like me. Now they like me. So that'll be a good way to start eliminating a lot of that cluster and no good people around you. That start that, and then nobody can never bring you down if you remember why you started anything.
Exactly. And I've said that all the time. I don't remember, I don't forget all of the people who are here on the groundwork, and people forget all of the people that were there supporting you emotionally and mentally and physically to make you into what you became. You didn't get there on your own. But when they finally do make it, they surround themselves with a whole new set of people. People are going to come out the woodworks. Oh,
Yep.
that's my cousin. You hear all the time parents who weren't even there. Now they're saying that's my son, that's my daughter,
Yep.
or that's my brother, my sister. Like, where were you when I was working on my foundation to my success? So you have to be mentally prepared for all of that too.
Yeah, and if you see that, like I said, when you see that it's gotten too far, mentally put yourself back to day one in your mind, and then a lot of that stuff will go away. Because sometimes, the people they want to get lazy and they want you to bring them up, or they think that they supposed to. They ain't did not 1 minute of nothing. And then it's sad. They start hating you. They're gonna talk about you. They're gonna spread lies about you. They're gonna do everything to take you down because they think that you're supposed to give them something that they didn't work for. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're gonna get. Yeah, they're gonna honestly think that you owe them something. And they're gonna be coming to, oh, times are hard, times are bad. They didn't sweat one night with you. They didn't stay up one night with you. They didn't do anything, but they think they're supposed to. That you owe them something.
Yeah, and we have to understand that nobody deserves to get anything. What is my Do you all hear me? Is my sound okay?
No, you good, sis.
Okay. And a lot of times we don't understand that we don't deserve to have anybody put us down. Nobody deserves to feel like they're less than. And that is the reason why a lot of times we can't start and accomplish things because we're so broken down because of society, family members, toxicity, stress. It's a lot of pressure on the shoulders of so many people.
Yeah, and it's sad that the same people who wanted you to make it is the same people who want to break you. It's like you gotta be very, 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 very careful. Like my sister said, you also gotta remember, because sometimes we tend to forget the people that we came up with because we got all these new people around us now. So, don't treat anybody bad on your way up or your way down. And if you could pull some people with you, there is nothing wrong with that, but they have to have their own pulling them up. You have to have They have to work for that too, because you don't need to be pulling up dead weight. It's to say you want to unalive weight. Who knows? But you want to pull up people who like, okay, I know you could do that. I know you could. Okay, you could come on my team. But you got to be very, very, very careful because a lot of people just not in it for you, and then sometimes you'll start slipping yourself because
Yes. Yeah, I found that it's like the moment when you're just about to make it through something is somebody who like starts some drama with you, or they're expecting, "Oh, you got that. Now you must take care of me and I'm this." And they start throwing stuff like, "Oh, but I'm the one that helped you do this and I'm the one that helped you do that." Where they don't understand that a lot of things that is happening to you is you're protected, and that's a talent that God has given you. There's a lot of things out there that people don't understand. All of the people only see where you are in your moment when you become successful, but people don't know about your backstory, the times where you shed your tears, the times where you were eating probably just peanut butter or just jelly, or your lights was cut off. People don't know about all of those things and all of those struggles, but you can't forget the people who were there in your formidable time, where when they said, I don't have any money to give you, but I'm going to support you spiritually, I'm going to support you emotionally." Never forget those people, because that's who you need on your team too. It's not just
we don't
people
hear
who
you.
can help you financially, but it's the ones that can help you. Uh-oh, you can't hear me?
We can hear you now.
Did this, you hear me now?
Uh huh.
Okay. Oh, I think sometimes my microphone goes out. But sometimes it's the people forget when they make it to a certain success, they start acting brand new. Like they don't talk to the people who help them. And they get a nasty attitude, where I believe that that was who you were all along, you know? I will never forget the people who have supported me from the beginning, because I wouldn't be who I am, like I always say, without my ancestors. I am standing on the hands and the shoulders of my ancestors. I had strong parents, and I wouldn't have those strong parents without my parents, my grandparents. So I've had the foundation laid for me to be who I am, and now I have to remember the ones that supported me along the way. Now that my parents aren't gone, I'm telling you how God works. Okay? When after my parents left, I used to cry all the time. I was like, I don't have parents anymore to support me. But I'm telling you, now I've had people come out the woodworks to support me and to be not only like a parent to me, but more exactly what I need at certain times.
And yeah, and then people gotta remember too, when you in any type of business, it's like a roller coaster, right? Up and down, up and down. Because just because you made it, that don't mean you're gonna stay there, right? So you want to make sure you have the people around you who's gonna take this ride with you. Because sometimes business is good, sometimes business is bad. But it's like even here at roller coaster. Sometimes you can have a bunch of people in your room. Sometimes you can have 5 people in your room. So you put the people that's gonna take the ride with you up and down, up and down, up and down. Because a lot of times when it's up, you have a set of people, and then when it's down, you lose these people. So I like to be around the people when I went down. When you down, and you can still, them people still your people. They still got you. They're still your friends. They still gonna be there for you. They still gonna support you. Them the people you want to keep in your circle. Because some people's only around when you're up. But I don't care what business you. I don't care if you was a billionaire. We may think they billionaire, but they lost a lot of money too, because their business go up and down, up and down. So they got a billion. Imagine how much they lost.
Exactly. And there's going to be losses. Like I say all the time, it's always going to be people that come and go out of your life, but it's the people who are your permanent people, your permanent fixtures in your life that are unchanging. They don't change because your life has changed. Actually, when you get stronger, so do they. I think that's important to recognize those people and acknowledge them and, say thank you for supporting me even when I had nothing, even when I didn't know how I was going to do it, you know?
Yeah, and then sometimes too, you want to get around creative people also, because everything you do must evolve, right? So you may need people that's gonna, okay, maybe we could add this, and sometimes you made it could be just like for um like, let's say you buy something, the way the container is the same product, but each couple of years the container change or something. So you still want to never stop networking, never stop networking ever, because nothing is going to stay the same. So you're gonna, on your way up, you may have different needs. Your job may have different needs. What they ask for you may be different than this new generations that's coming in. What we like, maybe the younger member, you have to be open opportunity. So our age bracket may like this. The younger age generation bracket may like this. The older generation bracket might like this. So things are always changing. So never stop learning. Never think you good right where you at. Always be a student. Stay a student to whatever you're doing. Stay a student. No, never think, okay, this is it. No, things change. People change, music changes, environment changes, society change, everything changes. So you want to stay in for the long haul, you have to stay a student, and it's
Ye-
okay.
Yeah, and that's why it's not just getting to success, it's also when you get to that success, having the right things and doing your research. Don't let other people tell you what you want. You still need to be signing your own checks.
Mm.
You need to be looking at this. Don't let other people take and try to do things for you. You need to look at things and say, even though they say it's this, show me. You know, you have to be an advocate for yourself and the things that you want. Don't leave things on other people and expect them to do it for you. And like my mom always said, nobody can handle your business like you can.
That is so true, because it's a shame to give an example of that. Look how many people got into the entertainment business, and the entertainment people, oh, we got a lawyer for you. We got this. They come to find out after the IRS was coming to get their behind, they didn't realize the lawyer that they gave you was really their lawyer. So you thinking, just like my sister said, you thinking certain things are done, they are not done. A lot of people, a lot IRS, a lot of money, a lot of people in jail right now because okay, you doing that. No, you got to oversee everything. So which means you have to learn that too. You have to learn these little things. You have to learn everything. The taxes is a big thing, and paying people out and knowing what actually is going out, what actually is coming in. Or if you don't have your own business, you're gonna have to learn all the ins and out at whatever job you have. You would like to study the job that you have because some jobs that you may go to, it may not be places for you. It may not be a place for you to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You may be stuck there. Some places, some companies study the company. Can I grow at this company? Or do I may could be manager and that's it. And a manager at certain places really don't mean nothing. They just get you to do all the work. You just get a couple
Mm-hmm.
you get a couple of dollars more just so they can call you the word manager. But you got all the work. You know, is it the company can grow? So you may pick a company that suit you and make sure you can grow. Some people may not want to grow; they may want to stay where they at, but that's good too. But if you want to stay where you're at, you may want to find out, well, how often do I get a raise? Like how often do we get a raise? Like if I retire, what am I going to get out of this? So you always want to know at the end, how am I going to live?
Exactly. And you also have to think that, sometimes we put so much into getting things that when we get it we don't even want it anymore. You just wanted it because somebody else has it. And
Mhm.
that's why I always say all the time, that's why you need to find out and question, why do you want certain things? Why am I trying to get this success? Is it because you want some sort of financial status, or is it because this is something that you're passionate about? It's something that you think about. It's something that is a part of your mindset. Like it's a part of you. It's just like your clothing that you put on every day. It's you. So you have to understand, why are you doing certain things, so you don't get to it and then you be like, this is it. This is not what I thought it was. And then, yeah, I don't want this. You
Yeah,
have to ask yourself those questions.
yeah, that is so true. A lot of people get caught up in something and they're like, I don't want to do. That is so true. But sometimes, again, to move ahead, sometimes they say, peace, be still. Sometimes you got to sit still with yourself.
Hmm.
You got to sit and really think about what I like, what's my passion, like what I want to do, what am I good at, what am I not good at. Just don't go jumping and doing stuff like you said because you figure they make money and then you're not happy with that, or come to find out you really can't do that. All the things that's required to do, you're not able to do. Like sometimes they see people doing stuff like you said. They don't know all the sweat, the tears, and all them things
Hmm.
to put into it. They just see, they just see you. They don't know the behind the scenes. They
They,
don't know. They don't know. That is one of the main
hmm,
things. You right about that one too.
yeah, people don't know the behind the scenes, when you probably only had, maybe, say it was $100 to do something, but you only got 40 in the bank. You borrowed the other 60 from other people because that's what, that you needed that 100 to get to it. So people don't know all of those things. Like, I've heard people, they move to a certain state in order to pursue a dream, and they only had $80. They were homeless. So it is no excuses if you really want to do something. See, your circumstances are going to stay the same until you make a decision to shift that. So if you really want to do something, it's not about how much money you presently have. It's about what you're willing to do with what you have and pour it into that goal until you attain it.
And you know what? My New York people, yeah, I got so tired of having that talk with my New York people. because people get it. They in New York, like, oh, I'm going to move out of New York because the price is this and prices is that, and I can get it for this and I can get it for that. I said, that's because you're thinking of New York money. When you move out of New York, the price you don't get the same amount of money. So a lot of people get down there and they realize, okay, for let's say what a nurse get paid there in other places, that's what a nurse's aide will get paid here.
Mm-hmm.
No, you gotta when you do certain things, you gonna have to research it. Like people jump the boat without researching. That could be to anything. But they're thinking one way because you're in this place. So you're not thinking, hey, it's different everywhere. So research exactly where you want to go, what you want to do. It takes a lot of research because people think, oh, their house is so much cheaper. Because you have New York money. So of course what you're getting paid now, of course that, but when you get there, you're not taking that money with you. You're gonna get paid whatever they get paid there. So your money's going to go all the way down. That's like I have people who work for the post office. And yeah, the post office is the only job that, being that it's federal, you can go anywhere. But you have to lock to live good if you started in New York. You have to lock down your New York pay first. So if you do go to another post office, they got to pay you that rate. So you will walk in getting paid more than because you started here. But if you didn't know that, you're gonna figure, oh, when I get this much, so if I transfer, I'm gonna get this. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. So people don't like to research, whatever they want to do. You have to research it. You have to make sure you're able to fulfill whatever you're doing, fulfill the needs of
Yeah, and
what you're doing.
yeah, and yeah, and that's why doing all of the background work, a lot of people don't do the background work. It's like they just jump into something with 2 feet, and then you don't even know how deep that water is.
Yeah. And a lot of times people leave everything. I'm like, learn to have a little safe net too. You know,
Mhm.
have a safe net. Even if you start your own business or whatever, you want to make sure some things like are never touched. Have that safe net or whatever your grandmama called it. That's what you do. But have that little safe net to if anything happened. I think it was like they used to tell you. I think times has changed, but what was it? They used to tell you make sure you have 3 months of everything put to the side. It could have changed, but that's how we was taught. They like make sure you got
Mhm.
3 months of rent, 3 months of bills, 3 months of food, 3 months of everything, and you just don't touch it.
Yep. Yeah,
So
my mom used to call that have a seasonal pay. So if say you lost your job now, you should be able to not have to work for a whole season. So
mm,
like a whole summer, a whole fall, or
mm,
whatever.
right. And people don't understand that because they see this, oh, I got to get the new bag, or I got to get the new shoes, or the pocketbook, or the hat. No, you're not, don't touch it means don't touch it. Because you never know what's going to happen. But seasonal, keep seasonal money in the bank. That's still, still 3 months is the season. All the above. You got to add up whatever bills you have. You have to add that up, and that's what you keep saving for, and that you don't touch. So even if you have a business, you want to make sure now you got to do a double. You got to make sure your household has the seasonal pay, and then you want to make sure your business has the seasonal pay. So let's say something happened and the business go down. It could be because of Mother Nature or whatever. You could sustain your business until it picks back up.
Mhm. And that my mom used to tell me that all the time, that just because you have money does not mean you have to spend it. And you learn that as you get older that you have to plan, and I like what Trina said too. Take vacation because it's important. While the majority of us, we're hard workers. You work and you're adulting, but you also have to learn to take a break. And that's what I was talking about, when you have to allow yourself to reset and recharge. Yeah, you have to work and you have money and you have bills, but also if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to burn out before you can even get to what you want.
Yeah, and yeah, you got to worry about burnout too. Yeah, you have to really consider burnout. Because sometimes people, they wake up from working so hard. I'm not talking about sleeping, but in their mind, because their mind is so on work or whatever. Next, 10 years went by. They're like, oh, your hair got gray. I'm like, what? You find some things happen. You don't even, until somebody mention it to you, you don't even know. You don't even know, like, oh, I do got gray hair, or I do got. I'm just giving that as an example. Sometimes you gotta take some time and make sure you're good and recharge you right. Sometimes you don't even know. Life goes
Mhm.
around you. You don't miss it all.
Yeah, it's like a and time doesn't wait for anybody. That's why I say all the time, if you have something that you want to do and your circumstances allow it for you to do something, don't say I'll do it in 5 years. You don't know what's going to shift in your life. Your health can shift, your finances can shift, whatever can shift, or certain people that support you now, they may not be available at that time. So while you have like it's in your mind for you to do something, and for you to go after something, you should really go after it and do it.
Mm-hmm. And find a buddy. A lot of people go off season because the prices is cheaper. Whatever you have to do. And if you can't afford a vacation, then sometimes you would turn your house into a vacation spot. Buy all the different things that you need. Get your music, get your candles, make sure you have the nice bath or whatever you could do and relax and cut everything off. Forget that that's your house. Sometimes you can't afford it. So find other ways to do it. Go visit like your park, and go to like a museum, things that you can't afford to go away. People don't believe in them. They got a lot of nice things, a lot of nice free things that your community can offer you. People just don't think about it.
Yeah, and I always say that a vacation starts in your mind. We allow ourselves to get really stressed out, trying to get the bag, trying to get to certain success or schooling or whatever it is that you're trying to do, that you burn out. But also you have to understand that it's okay to say, I need a day off, or I'm not going to work a double shift. You got to know how to be balanced. Sometimes you have to go after that bag and get it because you have a goal that you're trying to achieve, but don't get greedy, because that's a real thing that you'll be so occupied in saying, I want to get money, that you become so greedy that you experience a burnout.
Yeah, and I'm one to tell you, baby, listen to your body. Because you out there, you don't want to sit down. You forgot your body has a mind of its own. And my body has, I have sat my behind down. Like, I'm going to do this. My body, like, no, you're not. You don't want to get to that point. So before you get to when your body takes over, you better listen to your body. And don't think you're going to ever outsmart your body. Your body has a mind of its own. And if your body says sit down, sit down. If it says relax, relax. If you don't listen to it, it's going to force you to do it. You're going to be in so much pain and it's going to hurt and you ain't going to be able to move. So listen to your body. If your body's saying, hey, you got to relax. People that always running, and next thing you know, either they get heart palpitations or they get chest problems or they get this. So don't give yourself any unnecessary health issues when all you had to do was relax.
Mhm. And I don't know who believes in it, but definitely a believer in just, detaching from everything, social media, family, everybody. Turn off the phone, don't answer nothing, and just deep breathe and relax, and don't let this life stress you out, because it can if you allow it. You just sit and be, and don't turn on no social media, answer any phone calls, and think about yourself. And we do. And that's true what you were saying, Sugar Love, and also Trina. Your body talks to you and it tells you when it's time, like, I need a break, I need to sleep, or even health things, because that's a part of, going after your success. If you're not okay and well in your physical body or in your mentally, you can't get to certain levels. So you got to listen. If your mind, if you're not mentally stable, or you need to rest, or whatever it is, or you're having some health issues, you may need to pull back from doing certain things for a little while so that you can reset and work on yourself so that you can be strong enough to get to what you want.
Yeah, because they said health is wealth. And a lot of us, we didn't have problems. Some people didn't have problems because if you're out there working, that means you're not watching your nutrition. I mean, you're eating anything because you're hungry at the moment. So you don't realize all of that adds up. So now you have health problems that you didn't have because you're working so much. So now you're eating, you're not saying, learn your diet, make sure you eat correctly or whatever. Because why get there, now you're sick. Like a lot of people didn't even get big until they started working because now, at lunchtime, you want the pizza, you want this, you want a lot of quick stuff. And by the time you get home, you're so tired. Now you're eating anything again. You know,
Yeah.
not drinking enough water. So a lot of times you wasn't sick until you now you don't got yourself sick.
Yeah, you definitely, and that's why I say it's so important to evaluate because before you know it, like when you're busy working and doing all this stuff, and then next thing you look and you be like, well, what happened to you? You certainly got rounder.
Oh Lord.
Like I've done it. I woke up like one day, I was like, so when did this happen? I'm looking at myself like,
Ooh.
when did this happen?
Yeah, there's some people, I think somebody put the word doctor. What the trainer put? Because I can't see it. Highlight that for a second.
This one?
When you did you highlight it?
Yes.
I don't see it. All I said is that true because if you're healthy, and then the rest.
Which one did you want? This one, self-love?
No, she said, okay, I can see it now. That's so true because if you're healthy, you don't have to spend at the doctor, so you save money. Yeah, but the thing is, you need to get to the doctor, so that will make you save money. Take your time,
Mm-hmm.
go to the doctor, go to your and I'm talking to myself too. I'm talking to
Mm-hmm.
talking to me too. Stop thinking, oh, it's just a little pain. You know, stop working through these pains and find out where the pain is coming from. A lot of times, some people, God bless them, but they don't find out anything till it's too late because you avoided it for so long, thinking this is more important. So by the time people find out they have certain things, they in their last stages.
Yep.
So don't some gotta remember as you get older, your body change. It may have been a regular pain when you were younger, it could be a different pain now that you are older. So if you want to live a full life and finish pursuing your dreams, make sure you're good. Make sure your heart is good, your organs are good, your cholesterol is good, your sugar is good, whatever you have to do. But the main thing you have to work on is you. And every time you get older, go get your boobies checked out, do things so if anything goes on, you catch it from the beginning. And don't let these doctors too tell you what they want to tell you and you just go on and leave. Sometimes you may have to see another doctor because remember, you are the main person in to take care of to do anything. So be determined to take care of the first rule of business, and that will be you. And then you can go after a lot of stuff. Because a lot of people have transitioned really young because they ignored a lot of signs because they think in the bag, the bag, the bag, the bag, the bag. And they forgot about themselves and they get up in pain and they have these coughs. Oh, it's just a cough. Or no, nothing is just a nothing. If you like what you're doing and you want to keep on doing it, the first business is you. So learn learn which foods to eat. Learn what food goes for you. That's why you have to find out what goes. Spinach is not for everybody. You know, broccoli is not for everybody. Find out what's good for you because you are the first. You are the first business. You know, so get into a little bit more nutrition, or you know, you have to. That's certain things you have to do because if you want your business to grow and you want to be part of your business, that goes together. And don't let people around you tell you anything different. If you feel something is pertaining you, your business, go with your gut feeling. You know, and sometimes you may have to take a loss, but hey, you still got your life, and you can still do other things. and always practice to learn how to do other things too. So if something fell, you have another talent to fall back on. Don't get stuck thinking this is the only thing I can do. There's a lot of things we can do. We put our mind to it. A lot. You'd be amazed what a lot of things you can do. You don't have to be stuck at one thing. You could be good at a lot of things. So don't stop doing other things because you narrowed in on this. Because what if that leave? You may have to fall on this. You may have to fall on that. So concentrate on all the things you can offer life itself.
That's so true, Sugar Love. You have to focus on the many talents because, like you've said before, there's a lot of things that we can do that we can get into the room. Like, I used to always be only focused on trying to get certain things in my life that I said, no, I only want to do that, when you can do several different things that will put you in the room to be able to achieve what you want.
And that's the main thing. Don't be scared of your own talents. Some people just could do a little some of everything, and that's beautiful. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Because then you're gonna be very aggravated when things don't go your way or things don't go the way it's supposed to be. But that's life too. Like I said, everything is a roller coaster. So some people, if you know how to sow, continue to sow. You know how to continue to do these things. Continue to do whatever you can do that you can offer this world. So then you'll never be mad again in life. Okay, there's no way. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Again, continue networking. Get get people numbers in your phone that are useful. People got a lot of numbers in their phone that are not useful. Put numbers in your phone that are useful. And that's one of the things I always tell these kids. If something happened, who you gonna call? Because all of y'all together anyway. You got to start meeting new people. You got to start, knowing who the people are in your community. You have to, go to community meetings, go to things in your community because that's gonna give you leeway to go into bigger places, So you want to solve something go wrong. Hey, I know somebody who could do that. Oh, I know somebody who could tell me about that. But you want different people, useful people in your phone. Don't get stuck with just
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and remember to use those numbers, because we may forget sometimes that certain people can know people. Like, ask questions. Do you know someone who does this? Do you know someone who knows how to do that? And they say, I don't know, but this person I know does. So
Mhm.
that's the why networking is so important. It's not about how much you know, because you can know certain talents and have gifts, but if you aren't around the right people who are going to get you to be in the room to get that, then what's the point?
Yeah, and don't and depending on people, don't give up on people neither. I'm not saying babysit them or whatever, but depending on the age. But just like I had went to I had the kids yesterday. Today was I made sure they do community service. So I have them at the pantry, and it's very chaotic. But I like them to be in chaotic situations, but I want to see how they deal with it. So the lady come to me, and so she's trying to be like really smart. I like these kids better than the ones last year. I was assaulted that she said that. Number one, I'm talking about none of my kids. But number two, I had to say to her, these are the same kids. What? I'm like, yeah. Sometimes you gotta give people a chance to grow. Sometimes you give people a chance to mature, depending on where they at in life. I mean, you would know if they're a lost cause, but sometimes people are not a lost cause. What if they would have gave up on you? You know, all of us go through our lives where we go through the kid stage, and then sometimes because of where people have their breakthrough at different times, and that includes us. And sometimes what we think we had a breakthrough in, we're lacking in something else. And then we're gonna have breakthroughs for the rest of our lives. We're gonna something that was bothering us. We're not gonna be able to pinpoint everything, but you keep working on yourself. Keep working on yourself. You're gonna have breakthroughs, you're gonna have epiphanies, everything, all through your life. So remember that with people too, because you may turn away the person once they blossom that who can help you the most. So don't be so. And then I'm like, yeah, these people mature. And they're like, same. These are the same. Oh, and imagine people did that to you too. They counted you out. So have a little compassion, and that goes for you too. Remember, you're going to grow too. Have that same compassion with yourself. You may not be the same person next year neither, because you gain life experiences every single day. So you might shock a lot of people, and they may saw you one year, one time, where you may have thought, oh, I didn't fit in, or oh, they didn't like me, and then you come back, you probably didn't know you changed because you worked on yourself. And don't give up. Like you said, keep going, because you may come back next year or the next time they see you as a whole new person, as a whole new person. And then they would now treat you different. But if you gave up and you didn't give yourself a chance to grow, then you would never know what you could be or what you can accomplish. So give people time, room to break through, but yourself too. You know, every day we learning something. Every day, what we probably was angry with before, we're not angry with anymore. Or a lot of things we haven't forgiven before, we have forgiven now. Maybe a lot of little things that we said, them dumb things that we hey, that does not define you. What you have done in the past does not define you, and don't let nobody sit up there and bring up stuff. Don't answer for. I tell you all the time, answer for now. You don't owe nobody no answers for 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. You're not there anymore. Don't let nobody stop you from blossoming. Lord have mercy, blossoming, and becoming that beautiful flower that you are and what you can be. Because people, they like to see that. They don't know that you is that rose and that concrete.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I say all the time, Sugar Love, that people don't know who you are presently because they don't know what you've been doing and how you've been growing and working on yourself. But people only define you by your past and the things that you used to do formerly. They don't think about who you are today, present. That you grow, you mature, especially when you're trying to get to something. They only saw who you were, especially a lot of times it's unfortunately people who've known us for a long time. So they only know you by your immature times, or the times where you were mean spirited or unmotivated. But all it takes is somebody believing in them and telling them that they can do it, and then for them finding their own courage and their own strength, and then moving forward with it. All it takes sometimes is just having the knowledge and the awareness that I love myself and I can do great things.
Hmm. I see that's a lot of things that people go through all the time. People let people stop them because of, it's like I see a lot of things. I was talking to somebody and they were talking about something. I said, I wish, at that point I was 40. I said, I wish a 40-year-old me would answer for a 20-year-old me. You should have did that 20 years ago. Bye. People do that to trap you off too, to try to bring you back down. Don't go back
Mhm.
down for nobody. And then, well, me, I got some things to say about you too. I tell you what, but I'm just saying, people do that when they see you, when they see the flowers starting to bud. They do that. It's like they come right in your life when you start growing,
Yep.
and or they may ask you to do things you don't. Oh, just one more time, and that last time they done messed you up. No, when you say no, mean no. Don't, if you ain't doing it, don't do it no more. Don't let these people come around and trick you and make you feel bad, and then they'll start. Even if you did something negative, they'll tell you how good your negative stuff was, just so you can do it again. Oh, you were so good at it. Remember when you? No, I don't do that no more. But man, you used to out. Let's say you used to out drink. I just one more drink. Remember? No, I don't want to remember nothing.
Mhm.
I have knowledge of it, but I don't. That's not me. If you want to grow with me, grow with me. But they only come around when they see it, because they haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, and they want to see you because especially when you sometimes outgrow relationships, because you can outgrow relationships with certain individuals because they're keeping you stagnant because they're
Yeah,
not doing anything with their life. So you have to be careful of people who are still people in your life. They're still making excuses. They're still being lazy. They still don't forgive other people. Stay away from those still people and then start getting around the people who are the motivators, the people who are changing and they're thriving, they're prospering. You want more people like that in your circle.
yeah,
And
people
it,
want
it
to talk
doesn't
future.
yeah, and it doesn't always have to be somebody who's doing what you're doing. That's how I
Yeah,
got stuck.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was only thinking that I only could have people in my circle that were doing what I wanted to do. Just successful, motivated people. That's what you need in your circle.
Yeah, and it's okay. We all do different things, you know. But at least we gotta be talking the future. I don't want to stay there. We're not at a gathering, okay? And then and then sometimes when people talk to you and they don't know you change and here they go. I tell you, when you're doing something good, it's like something brings them around and they want to bring up all the things you have. Okay, okay, I did that. Oh, I know you know you don't know me, and people gotta be very very be straightforward when you're telling people no, you knew me. That's
Yes.
I
Yes, that's
you
powerful, sis. I'm going to
know
clip
me.
that one. I'm going to clip that and make that a short. You knew me, but you do not know me.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you gotta be very stern when you say that, because they're gonna keep trying to tell you, and you no, no, no. See how my voice got stronger? So you gotta correct these people.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's why it's so important to be firm and strong in your resolve and be courageous enough to speak up for yourself. See, when you're not strong enough emotionally, mentally, even sometimes physically, spiritually, all of that, it's going to cast a low vibration and you're going to draw people who are just like that. And they want you to stay there like that because they're not doing anything because they're negative and they love to talk about other people and they're not growing. So they want you to stay down there with them. And
And
when you elevate, you make them feel bad because they're not going to do it. They're not willing to do it. So you make them feel jealous and envious of you because you
some
are actually doing it.
yeah, but sometimes they try to use it as a form of control too. And they want to see if they still have any control over you. You know, so they start talking these things and they want to see where you at, what you're gonna do. And can I control this person? Do
Mhm.
what I say still have an effect on them? So sometimes it's a control mechanism.
Yes, and that's especially the case in families and in romantic relationships that
Hmm.
are very toxic.
And I'm like, no, you knew me, you don't know me. That's past tense. And then right after that, you need to either hang up the phone or get away from that person. Because what they see they don't like. They
Yep.
can't control that person no more. You
And
know, like,
and and I found that's when people hate you the most when they can't control you anymore.
yes, yes. Yes, yes. Because you could be doing good, as long as they can come up in there. They don't mind you doing good, but they still got that control. They're them the ones gonna think that, oh well, I'm gonna get her money or get his money. Oh, I'm a no, 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 you're not. No, that's not me no more. Don't do it. I think I can't be a friend no more. And sometimes you gotta be happy to say I can't be a friend no more. And guess what? That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, and you have to also speak it over your life that I'm okay by myself.
Hmm.
That's how you give yourself power when you can say that I don't need anybody in my life to be myself, just because you exist. Just because you are
Hmm.
alive, you are capable, deserving, and willing to have certain things. So we think a lot of times that we have to have certain people in our life in order to do things where, when you were born, who were you born with? Nobody. You were born alone. So that means that you have enough strength from within in order to overcome and to achieve things.
Yeah, and then the minute you start doing good too, people want to hit you. Well, this was how it was done back in the days. We're not back in them days, okay? Well, this is how we used to. No, oh, okay, thank you. Now bye. Stop letting people hit you with, because life was different back then. Of course, you did it that way. And matter of fact, y'all don't even remember that anyway. Somebody told you that. Well, because you're doing things your way, they mad. They mad at you, how you handle stuff, how you do things now, and they want you to be them and do the way they want it. Like I said, it's a control mechanism. No, do your thing your way, and you got to really stand firm on that. Being you.
Yeah, yeah, and you have to. That's the thing, that we have to let other people live their own lives and have their own experiences, and not try to think that because somebody isn't doing what we want, what we like, what we agree, what is our values, that they're a bad person. Being mature and wise means that allowing people to have their own experiences and still being supportive of them.
When it's the control mechanism, though, is that's when they see you thriving, or they see you not doing things the way they want it done. Then now you become the enemy, right? And at that point, you really don't have to care. Don't care, you know. But you have to really stay firm within yourself. Stand 10 toes down, and don't let nobody tell you anything. Or and then this other thing, I tell people, and it's so crazy. I used to say this, and they come to find out this was in the 48 laws or something, right? And people be like, "Oh, well, you got to be down with me, and you got to pick a side." And I always used to say to people, "No," I said, "I know that who my peoples are, but people always want to get you in a mess, right?" So they always want you to pick a side. And I always go, "No, if you pick a side, that's going to make you dependent. If you don't pick a side, now you're independent to do what you want to do. You don't want to have un, unnecessary enemies because that person is an enemy of that person or this one. Don't get yourself in none of that, especially if you want to grow. You want to grow, you want to be independent, you want to be a free thinker, you want to be able to say hi to people who you want to say hi to, and that could be the person who could really help you and they're really good to you. But then because that one don't get along with that one, don't get it. And then come to find out, when I said no, don't do that, do you? And I didn't even know that was in the 48 laws or something. I'm finding out that was one of the laws. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And somebody read, I said, hold up, I say that all the time. So a lot of times, if you want to grow, don't get caught up in other people's mess. That's their mess. Like,
Yep.
that's different from, your really close friends or whatever. That's a difference. But when you're going out into this world, you're going to meet people, and then the first thing they want to do is tell you how much they don't like this one and this one. I'm like, now you're an unnecessary mess, because both of them could be worth something to you. But in this,
Yeah, and that's the reason why you have to speak up for yourself and say, I am an adult, and you can choose to have the friends that you want, but and I choose to have the friends that I want, and you have to respect my opinion just like I respect yours.
yeah, and a lot of people, they love putting you in mess. Stay out of. You gonna have enough mess of your own. Stay out of other people's mess. You ain't never gonna grow that way. And then people have to understand that too. I am an adult. I don't want no parts of it. I will leave the boat, because a lot of time people don't get nowhere in life because they took on other people's mess that had nothing to do with you. And then that will hinder you a lot, because that person could have a lot to offer you. It could have showed you a lot of things. and this person you're not even really close with, but you feeling I have to pick a side. No, you don't. It's not, you're too old to be picking sides anyway.
Yeah,
You know where y'all
but
needs to
but it
pick
but it
from.
does but it does take a lot of courage to do that. That's not something a weak-minded person can do. You have to be able to know yourself, know what you want, and that's why this determination to thrive is so important, because if you don't know who you are, what you want, there's always going to be somebody out there to tell you and get you sidetracked and make you feel how they feel, because it's a
Hmm.
projection thing.
Hmm. Sometimes people, because they're thriving and they're not where they want to be, or they doing something that they want to do, and being that you know the both of them, that they now they want you to join. No, no, and no. You know, just like I said, concentrate on you. Let them handle that. You know, and then when they start talking, cut them off. I don't want to hear the rest of the sentence. I don't want to hear them. You know, and people, they say what they want to say. I don't care. I hear about people all the time. Well, let me tell you, no, no, no. We're not gonna do this. I don't do that. And I'm just telling you. And people always come to you and act like they're helping you. Well, I just thought I'd tell you. You better watch out. You better do this. You better do this. I'm warning you. Or I'm telling you this. But in all reality, it's them. It's them.
Mhm.
Now they want to put it on you.
Yeah, yes, and that's why it's so important for you to make decisions for yourself, know what you want, and to be
Mm-hmm.
strong in your resolve. See, if you're weak minded and you don't know what you want, and you allow yourself to go, to and fro, hopping on opinions of other people,
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, which side is it? And let yourself be like a puppet on a string.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do whatever they say. Dance, monkey dance. Then that's just what you're gonna get.
And that's, I mean, even like I tell people, every little thing can mess you up. Even like election year can mess you up. You know, that's why certain conversation I think it was just rather best not to have. Some people really feel strongly about either if they're politician or they're people they don't even know, right? But they feel really strong about them. Or it could be an entertainer. They feel really strong to people they never met ever, but that could end up messing you up for a person they never met, but they feel really strong about that. You know, so sometimes you just gotta like learn how to change conversations like really quick, so you don't get caught up in a lot of mess. You know, because you and that person can be like really cool and glowing. Oh, the next you know you start talking about like somebody who's running for whatever election, right then and there your stuff go down the tubes. You know, because they feel
Yeah.
really strong about people they never met. And I don't understand this, but people feel more strongly about people they don't know things than real life people that they do know. And you be
Yeah.
like, and
And,
that's
and
crazy.
yeah, and we see that on this app, sis, on social
Mm-hmm.
media. People
Uh-huh.
feel so strongly about certain people, and we put so much weight and energy into people. You don't know these people in real time. You don't know who they are, what they're about. The
Mm-hmm.
majority of people on this app, it's all lies. They're fronting. They don't have certain things. They're just pretending it's on credit cards, or they're phonies, or whatever it is. So don't put too much energy into what people are doing on social media. You have to decide what you want to listen to. You don't have to click on everybody's stuff, because it will take you down a
Yeah,
spiral.
because I remember when I was young, and it was like I said, could just be entertainment, and Lord knows, you know, I'm a Yankee fan, and Lord knows I still love my Bernie Williams, and baby, we could be good until you start talking about my Yankees. I had to grow out of that because I'm like, no, stop it. When I was younger, though, like I was just a sports fanatic. That's why when I say anything, I know what I'm saying. And we was good until you start talking about my Yankees. Now we ain't friends no more, right? I don't know now. One Yankee, nothing. I probably see them on the street. They walk right by me. But look at all the arguments that were started just by being a fan. You know, I'm glad I got rid of that really young. But I know I could have been a lot of more places, and other people could have been a lot of more other places too. So when you're in the business life, watch your conversations, watch them, and make sure you don't get trapped off with who like and not like and this like, because them little things can cost you a lot, and these are a lot of things people don't think about. But the little things can cost you a lot. Try to keep things business. If it's about business, try to keep it into business. Do not put your personal life, and this is even before social media. Just don't put your personal likes, dislike. Don't put, unless it's your boundaries. That's something totally different. But a lot of things, keep it out the conversation. Keep certain things. Your favorite team, keep
Yeah,
it out.
and
Hmm.
yeah, and that's why it's so important when I talk about that resolve. You have to decide before you get into a situation what you're going to put up with and what you won't. Because if you don't make a resolve and a determination for yourself about what you want to do and what you like, other people will come along and convince you to follow them in certain things, and that may not even be something you want or like yourself. I did that for so long in my young 20s, following behind and doing things and following after people. And then when I started to research it, I was like, I don't like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why it's important, on this topic about making a determination to thrive. It's a personal thing. It's a decision that you have to make for yourself. It's about your self-awareness, about the love you have for yourself and what you're willing to do in order to have certain things. And that means who you put yourself around, like what rooms are you in, what are you listening to, what do you believe about yourself, and are you trusting with your hopes and your dreams, and are you allowing yourself to try something new and open your circle, you know and widen out to people that maybe you never thought that you would talk to or be around,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
allow yourself that.
And then people think because you may be doing good now, but being that you don't know certain people's lives, and like I said, everybody goes through, they go through some storms, and you may meet somebody that's going through their storm, and for some reason you might think that you can't learn from them because you're just looking at them. You don't know they're very smart, they're very intelligent. No, they're not ghetto, they're going through something. So don't stop your blessings too, because they could teach you a lot of things too. But you just thought that you couldn't talk to them because you were too good, but not knowing that they was going through a storm. But you see the storm, so you overlook them. Or I don't like me. I make sure I'm accessible to everybody. I can learn something from everybody. I don't mean everybody doesn't come into my circle. What I mean where I speak to everybody the same. I don't think you better than this one. I don't think nobody better than nobody. I don't know, like you said, the shoes you wear,
Exactly.
what you've been through in your life. That doesn't mean you ain't smart. That doesn't mean you can teach me something. And sometimes people have valuable lessons because of how they got in their storm. Sometimes that lesson may prevent you from going through that storm. Sometimes listen to the lessons.
Exactly, sis. And I just wanted to say to you, thank you so much for coming up. This has been a great discussion. And any final thoughts that you have about your determination to thrive?
Then I'm gonna leave it to how you said it. Keep on moving. Keep on going. And don't forget, guys, if you didn't hit that like, you forgot to hit that like when you came in, hit that like on your way out. But make sure you hit that like. Take this time and see if you hit that like. Let's get these likes up. And don't forget, if you would like to support the channel so our sister could get a new microphone, right?
Yes.
Help her get a microphone and hit that at best life 727. Hit it out. But keep on moving, keep
Thank
on
you
going.
so
Let
much.
nothing stop you.
Thank you so much, sis. And I'm gonna put the link to Sugar Love's channel in the description box and in the comment section below. And my final thought is for you to, you have to make a determination for yourself to win and to succeed. It's a personal thing, and don't let anybody sidetrack you from what you want. Be determined in your resolve. Consider yourself and know that you can thrive. You can thrive, but it all starts with a decision to prosper, flourish, and do the things that you are meant to do. Believe in it, and you will achieve your success. So, thank you all so much for joining me today. Sugar Love Chat. And if you're new to this channel or watching in the replay, subscribe to this channel for more. And as always, join my channel membership. I would love to have you for member only perks and videos. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye. Thank you, sis.
Bye. Thank you.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you?